Hi everyone! I'm excited. I know it's a busy week. We're all getting ready for the holidays. And let me just tell you, some of my crowns, they need assistance. We're gonna get into this in just a minute. We're gonna talk about our favorite tools to use to detangle, how to brush, when to brush and when not to brush, because that really is important. Okay, so I'm gonna start off as I usually do with just a few quick questions because they are important. Let me wave hi real quick. They're very important. They're always important. And I know sometimes they're repetitive. However, as we all know, we have new wig wearers every single day. And this is a really important time of the year because if you're new to wigs, then you don't know the information. If you have a wig that you've been wearing and it looks a little stressed, or you're getting a little stressed over the fact that you need to have it ready for the holidays, then we're gonna go over that because I do the same thing. I honestly was a little bit worried because those of you that know and follow my personal Instagram at Texas Wig Fairy, I have this beautiful dark Angelica that was limited edition. And I honestly put that in the closet like a crown. Like I put it back up and then I take it back down, and she only comes out for special occasions because it was limited edition. Which reminds me, when you see something that's limited edition, you might want to just jump on it because limited edition means limited edition. So when you see one of our wigs, wherever you purchase your wigs, please remember that limited edition does mean limited edition. So I'm going to start off here with my first question. Again, thank you for those of you that have joined. This is René of Paris, and we're going to start off with just a couple questions, and then we're going to get into our hands-on how to brush wigs. Okay, so do hair clips have to be specifically for wigs? I get this all the time with the clips that I put in my wigs, or that I show whenever I'm doing a wig, whether it's myself, Alexander, or Abby. That's my social family. These are not specifically for wigs. These are just, you know, I always share a clip that kind of opens like a duckbill. It actually looks like in, you know, the salon we use duckbills. These are usually a little bit more ornate. They have jewels like this. I get these at different places. I can't specifically tell you one place because it's wherever you're choosing to buy your hair accessories. That's what I do. I just look for what I like. And depending, especially the ponytails, I get a lot of questions about my real high ponytail. I'm going to get something a little bit heavier in weight when it's a clip because I want the clip to push the bun up. And if you would like to see that, because I did have a few people that wanted to see that again, please refer back to some of our Instagrams that are, if you just scroll down, you'll find where all three of us have done ponytails in different fashions. And it's wonderful to see our different perspectives and how we choose to do our ponytails differently. So just keep that in mind. No, they are not specific. They are not just for wigs. So, and every once in a while, if I get in my niece's little stash, you know, I see one that I like, I might just take that too. It'll work on my hair as well. Okay, what if I cannot find, and I'm going to go over the wig accessories that we're going to use today. Let me skip that one and I'll come back to it. What is the difference between light conditioner and Revive? Okay, so Revive is going to be a leave-in conditioner for sheen, and it helps detangle. Revive is that one product that I always say, if I had to just choose one, it's going to be the Revive because it helps with sheen, softness. Because it's synthetic hair, we don't have natural oils going through the hair itself, so it's more prone to tangling and frizz, and the shine isn't there. So we have to put shine into it, and we have to use a product to help us maintain the fiber. And Revive is that product. So I'm going to show you. By the way, these are my stocking stuffers. I want to show you my stocking stuffers because this is just an idea along with a gift certificate for a new wig. This is what I would love in my stocking. And here in Texas, we don't do stockings. We stuff a boot. So this is my boot. And this is what I would want in my boot if I was receiving it. I have a wire brush. I have my little ROP styling comb. This is like a large tooth comb. This is one of my favorite because if I'm out and about, I can just stick that particular piece. Sorry, I just have to take some of these jewels off. Okay, then I have my tiny, let me show you the difference. This is my regular size, and then I have my travel size product. This is what I want when I'm traveling, which is perfect for the holidays. This is Revived. So the reason I'm showing you the difference is because the packaging is different. And the very last thing in my boot here would be my foldable René Paris brush with metal bristles. Okay, so, and I'll go into depth in just a minute with those items. I just want to show you the difference because we do have people that get confused with the, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my light conditioner here. I'll see if my sister can hand it to me. Okay, so the Revive has a pump spray, which is very important. The reason I'm sharing that is because the light conditioner that you're going to use for maintenance is not, it doesn't have a pump spray. So I'll see if I can get that to show it to you. But it basically has a basic cap for when you're shampooing your wigs. So this is different. This is a leave-in product that you're going to spray into the wig and you're going to leave it in the hair. You don't shampoo it out. So I'm going to show you now. When you have a brush, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to start from the very beginning. When you get a brand new wig out of the box, this is a brand new wig out of a box. I'm going to unfold it and I'm going to share something with you because a lot of times we have people put a wig on and right here it looks, there's permatease, so it looks like there's something wrong with the wig to begin with, which is, it's a feature that's built in. So if you've never had a wig with permatease, it looks like micro crimped right at the base. The reason I want to show you that is because when you first get a wig, you need to brush through the wig. I'm going to just show you what I do. You can shake it as well, but I'm just taking it here. And the way the hair is sewn, it's on wefts. So it's going to be sewn and it's going to be laying in a forward direction when you first get it. What you want to do is you want to take it and hold it here. This is a machine made. For lace, you want to be very, very delicate when you're doing this. You would want to do this differently, but today I'm demonstrating on a machine made. So I'm going to hold it in the front here, and then I'm just going to brush through it. And I'm going to give it a few good brushes. And what that's doing is it's loosening up the wefts. And then I actually just shake it. I give it a good shake. The brushing is very, very important because it's loosening up the wefts here. And it's separating it from the foundation. Lifting it, not separating it, but lifting it. Which is very, very important because you don't want to put the wig on and for it to just lay flat and close to you, to your head. Because it's not going to look natural. So again, I just took the brush and I'm going back with it, and that's very, very important. Very, very important, especially with like Angelica Jackson. So let me show you just really quickly. The difference in the way it looked at the beginning. And the way it looks. See, it just lifts. It actually, I'm actually gonna have to just take my fingers. But just brushing through this and shaking it really just livens up the fiber without, this is brand new, so I'm just showing you. If not, you're going to put it on and it's going to lay really close to the head and it's not going to look natural. Okay, so that's just the very first time that you get a wig. This is straight, so keep that in mind. I'm going to show you different styles where I would not suggest using a wig, but I will show you what to do with the wide tooth comb. Okay, again, this is at the very first wearing of a brand new wig. Again, this was machine made. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my second look here, which is gonna be my ponytail. And this is, I'm gonna show you how to detangle this because this is gonna look like she really needs a lot of assistance when I take this out. But I want to show you what I do as I brush through this piece. I'm gonna start off with it on. And I want to show you, hopefully you can see, this is totally matted here. So what I do first is I separate it with my fingers. This is a very important step because I'm going to brush through it in just a minute, but I don't want to, and I'm using my fingers first because I don't want to be too aggressive with the fiber. This particular piece is about, I would say about 1.5 years. And I know that they usually don't last as long, but I'm really, really careful with my pieces. Okay, so if you see, she needs help. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna section this off and I'm gonna pin it. Just gonna use one of these claw clips here. How is everyone? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining us this Monday at René Paris. Okay, so I'm gonna just take this, and what I do is I don't like to just be real aggressive with my fiber. I'm gonna start from the bottom and I hold the hair as I'm brushing through. As you can tell, I actually just literally take it and move up in sections. I know a lot of times we get impatient. We would just want to stand there and do this, but you don't want to snap the hair. And please remember, as I was saying earlier, because we don't have oils in this, because it's synthetic, you have to be very gentle. You just want to work all the way down. As I'm moving up, you can tell that I can easily just run the brush through. Again, I'm holding it in sections. And then I'm moving all the way up, and as you can see now, I can just run the brush through without tangles. Okay, so this is very, very important. I do this usually if I'm wearing the style down. I'm gonna do this when I take the style off. And the reason I'm sharing that is because if you feel like it was up, but it doesn't necessarily need to be shampooed, then I would just take a little bit of the Revive. Again, this is Revive. This is the one with the pump, not the light conditioner. And I'm just gonna give it a light spraying. And I'm not coming up here. I'm just doing it from maybe the chin down. I'm gonna run the Revive through the fiber, and I'm gonna let it dry into my style. Now, the important thing is that you don't want to do this on an everyday basis. I'm only doing this maybe twice a week, maybe, and then in between, I'm going to use water to reactivate what's already there. But again, I've been wearing this up in a bun for a while. She doesn't need to be shampooed yet, but I just, again, took the brush, separated all the tangles. I'm going to use a light spraying of the Revive, and I'm going to let it dry into the style. And I would continue this all the way around. Now I'm going to do this section on the top with a large tooth comb. Here, again, I'm holding the style. Same technique, I'm holding it here. Be gentle with your wigs. You know, you don't want to get in there and hold it like this and snap the hair. You don't want to do that. It's not good for the wigs. And the more gentle you are and you use the proper implements and the right hair products, you're going to help the lifespan of the wig. Okay? Very, very important to keep that in mind. Okay, so I usually do this on a mannequin, but I wanted to show this on myself because a lot of times right now it's a little difficult to purchase a mannequin head or a styrofoam head or a block head. So I wanted to do this so you can see how to do this on yourself. You can also, like, there's an instance where we were out traveling and I didn't have, I couldn't take, because of the amount of room that we had, I couldn't take it with me. So I put it on my husband to do the back. You know, I had to improvise. So I put it on my husband while I did the back. But you can see the difference in this side and this side. Again, I'm just using a little bit of Revive, the very tips. I don't want to oversaturate. I'm just using a little bit of Revive and I'm working it through the fiber. This is what I would do when I need a little bit of softness and sheen, but I'm not ready to shampoo. Now, if you're ready to shampoo the entire piece, then refer back to our YouTube channel, and there's several tutorials on how to shampoo the entire piece. But look at the difference in this side, and this is matted and clumped together. So I want to show you what my Angelica looked like after I shampooed it. And as I was sharing earlier, please keep in mind, this usually wigs don't last this long, but this is what I really love about René Paris. The fiber is resilient. This piece has to be at least almost 3 years old. I know they don't all last. If you're really aggressive, it could last a month. If you don't take care of it very well, it could last a couple months. They're designed to last about 4 to 5 months looking really good. But I have taken such good care of this. And I know it's a little frizzy on the ends. But for this, I've had this crown for such a long time and I really love the color. This is Angelica. This is the style that I put up in ponytails, high ponytails all the time. So after shampooing, it's still really nice. And I still have wear out of this, especially if I'm going to be wearing it up in an updo. So again, this looked like this, kind of matted and all frizzy. This one has been shampooed entirely. The whole piece was shampooed, and I left, I sprayed it with Revive from here down. And again, Revive is wonderful because you're gonna let it dry into the style. It's not like the light conditioner that we have that you're gonna shampoo out of the wig. Okay, and now I want to show you when you have something with a wave like Envious. Okay, so when this style gets matted looking, and again, she's not ready to be shampooed either, but I need to separate it and detangle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it in sections. And for this, I'm going to use my wide tooth comb. I wouldn't brush this. And the reason I don't want to brush this is because it has a beautiful wave pattern. Now this is high heat synthetic. So after I did this, I can definitely use an implement to put the wave back in. But let's just say I'm at a place, I'm not at home, I don't have my implements. And let me just tell you, when I'm traveling, no one wants me to bring my big old suitcases. If you've traveled with me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I have to limit the wigs that I bring, and I definitely cannot bring implements. So what I'm doing is I'm separating this, you know, let me show you again. I'm so used to doing this that I'm forgetting the whole like step by step here. Okay, so we're taking this and we're definitely working all the tangles out. Again, as you see, I'm always holding the fiber here. I don't want to just be really aggressive with any of my styles because I love all my wigs. I have to be very gentle with these. Okay, so now I'm going to take it and I'm going to spray it with a little bit of Revive. You could also do water. If you don't have Revive, you can also do water. I know I show water. This is just water bottle. Let me show you how to do it with just water if you don't have the Revive. And I'm going to run the water through the style. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little section here and I'm going to twist this. Again, this is what I'm doing instead of brushing it. There are times when you want to brush a style, then there are times when you don't want to brush it. And I'm going to just take it and I'm just pulling on it just a little taut, not tight. I'm not being real aggressive. Now, if I was at home and I had my implement, I would be using my implement on the right temperature to put a wave back into it. But as you can see, it took the frizz out. And it looks better than this side. So if you'll look at these pieces here, this piece has frizz in it. So I'm going to do this side. Same thing, I'm going to use my wide tooth comb. Again, I'm holding this in sections. I'm going to work from the bottom up. On this piece, I'm going to use Revive. I don't know about you, but the only thing I can think of right now is these wigs really make holidays super fun, and I'm ready before anyone else. That's all I'm thinking right now. That's what's in my thought process. Okay, so I'm just going to take that, and once it dries, I'm going to separate it. But look at the difference in how the frizz is controlled. You can see a little bit of sheen to it. How is everyone today? Thank you for being with us at René Paris. Look at the difference here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this all the way around. It takes a bit to do the entire piece, but it's worth it. It's just so worth it to kind of just, you're getting ready for a special occasion. It's really nice to just put a little bit of softness and sheen back into the style. So again, I just did the side pieces, but you're going to do the same. You're going to take the same pattern all the way around. Okay, now I want to show you when I would definitely not use a brush. Okay. So my sister and I had to fight over this wig. This is Attitude Royal Emerald. Okay, so there have been people that say brush through every wig. Okay, first of all, just keep in mind, I've worn wigs for practically my whole adult life. So this, I would never brush. I would never put a brush through it, because if you're a wig wearer like me, an experienced one, you know that the wig would never look the same again. Now, my friend Alexander, you know, he's our senior stylist. He could make it look just like this again, even after brushing it. But I'm going to leave that to Alexander, because I would not be able to. I don't think I could do it. Maybe I should practice, but that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to take this piece right here. Same thing. I actually would probably just use my fingers. And I'm gonna comb through this. I mean, if you really have a knot, you could definitely use maybe a wide tooth comb on this. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this piece, same thing. I'm using Revive, and I'm definitely, now this is a process. If this was really tangled, I'm sorry, I don't have a really tangled one to do this with. But you're just gonna take the same, and then once it's dry, you can just separate the pieces. I actually don't really wait till it's dry. I'm gonna just do it as needed, and I honestly usually can't wait. So here we've got frizz going. I'm gonna just take this section right here. I don't know. Would you share this wig with your sister? Would you give it to your sister? Okay, I guess if she really wants it, I'll give it to her. But right now I'm thinking this is the holiday look I want. Okay, so again, this is from our Orchid collection. And I'm just taking this. I've worked Revive all the way down the section of hair. And then I'm just gonna drop it like that. You can do this, if this was shampooed, you could do the same thing. You're just gonna take it. You're gonna make sure that you work through all the tangles before you shampoo it. And the other thing that's really important when you are using a brush is you always work in sections. Like I did the first style. You don't wanna just take it and on any of the styles, work in sections, especially when something's so curly like this. Do not, and I say do not, please ever brush through it, because it will be a challenge, especially if you're not used to working with the curl pattern. It'll be a challenge to get it back to the original look. It does take a while, but you're gonna work the same pattern all the way around. And you can do this whenever the style is looking maybe on the dry side, has a little bit of frizz, and you just wanna give it a little bit of sheen and a little bit of lift, if you will, when you're getting ready for a special occasion or on an everyday basis. And I also wanted to show you, again, I know I suggested this earlier, but on something like this that's high heat synthetic, I'm going to show you again really quickly though. I know I do this all the time, but this is really important. If a style is high heat, it's gonna say high heat synthetic on the tag. Everything else I've shown you today is not high heat except Envious. Envious is also high heat. So if you haven't tried our high heat line, please do, because we have many styles that are high heat that you would love changing the styles for the holidays. I'm gonna go back to my Jackson. I'm gonna go back to my Jackson. And the other thing I just wanted to share, I don't have one to show you, but when you're working with something that's hand-tied meaning it's a very delicate cap, or if you have lace in the front, please remember, anything that has lace in the front like this, please remember that you have to be very gentle, and you never want to brush that section. You want to make sure that you use the tips, the bottoms of your fingers, even your nails. You have to be careful when you're working that area in the lace, anywhere that, if it's lace PM, if it's lace front, anytime you have lace, you want to be very careful, because your nails can damage the lace as well. Okay, so we looked at this piece first, and I brushed through it because it's brand new out of a box. But what I wanted to show you is when you have something even this length, right now, since we're wearing a lot of we wear fur collars, we're wearing more, we're wearing coats, we're wearing hoodies, we're wearing warmer type garments. Always keep in mind that the rubbing on fabric causes what we call fabric, I call it friction frizz. It's like rubbing on the fabric, or your body, just your body heat, all those different little things cause the fiber to wear. So it's gonna get frizzy, it's gonna mat up. And so if this is just a suggestion, but this is what I do. If you're gonna be wearing a collar like this, and I know you've seen the first style I have in an updo because I'm wearing it at work. I always just put it up in a little clip. No, nothing special at all. I'm at work. I don't want it rubbing all day on my collar. So I'm going to just take it. And I'm just using a really basic clip to keep it up. So the reason I'm suggesting this is if you have a longer style, Jackson, Angelica, I'm trying to think of, oh, there's so many, Riley. If you're wearing longer styles like that right now, during the day, if you're gonna be at home, maybe if you're just at work or if you're at home, put it up in a clip that helps you keep from rubbing all day on your collars, your furs right now. If you're wearing, you know, something, especially this has sequins all over it. So right now I've turned it inside out because I don't want my hair getting stuck in the sequins. Then when I leave here, if I'm meeting the girls, if possible, like if I was meeting the girls, then I would just take the clip out. I would turn my collar back out, and then I would be ready to go. Isn't this fabulous? Okay, so this is Jackson. This is one of my pieces that I did take out for the holidays. Doesn't it remind you of that lady? What's her name? She's got a mean streak to her. I'm just saying, maybe possibly I'll have a mean streak. I'm going to try to be nice. However, I hope I taught you some really practical, fun. Oh, by the way, could you bring me a light conditioner? I'm asking my sister for help here, just so you'll know what the light conditioner from ROP looks like. It's really important because I know people get really confused. Conditioner is conditioner, but I just want to show you the difference. On the counter, I'm sorry, on the counter. Okay, so you know what? Let me show you. Let me show you the one I got in my stocking here. Okay, so the Revive is going to have a pump spray. The light conditioner is going to have a top like this. Light conditioner has a cap like this that you open, and then the Revive has a spray pump. The reason I share that is because I get that all the time. They're different. Conditioner you're going to use when you're shampooing the entire piece. It's a product that you shampoo into the style and shampoo out. Revive, again, is my favorite product. This has a spray pump. This you're going to spray into the style. And I don't ever go all the way to the top. I'm going to start here and go down because I don't want to soften up the top. I like the volume. And you don't want to overspray this because you don't want buildup either. Okay, so I hope you had fun. I know this is a very basic tutorial, but it's very, very important for us to be able to take care of our styles and be ready for the holidays. And just by the way, you can put this style in a ponytail. If you'd like to see that, we'll be doing that down the road. But this is long enough to put up in a little ponytail, the real cute clip back here. Again, wide tooth comb, wire brush. This is nice because you can just fold it and take it with you. So thank you for joining me today. Please remember to follow us, subscribe. That way you always know when we're going to go live, when we're going to do a giveaway. And please remember that wherever life takes you, these wigs are the perfect accessory. We're beautiful with and without hair. But let me just tell you, for the holidays, these are just so much fun. Have a happy week, happy holidays, and I will see you soon. Okay, oh,
yeah, somebody said
before if you cannot brush the curly one.
how do you wash it?
Okay, so how do you shampoo it? This would be the same as you're gonna shampoo it just like you would any of the others. And when I say you don't want to brush it, I personally am gonna detangle all, even if it's knotted down here, I'm gonna use my fingers to detangle the entire piece. This is short enough to where I definitely would not put a brush through it. Everyone has their preference. You know, some people do brush through it and then they shampoo it and they'll put Revive in it and it's gonna revive the curl. And then since it is high heat, of course, you could, if you wanted to brush through it, you could. I personally, and this is just my perspective and what I do with my wigs, I don't brush through it, I separate it, and then you're gonna shampoo the same way you would all your other wigs. If you want the full tutorial on how to shampoo, we do have that on Instagram. But again, that's just the way I do it. I don't like brushing them because it does help your wigs last longer if you don't brush them. However, if you do, I would suggest that you use sections, and that I use a metal type brush. But again, I would not suggest to brush through an emerald or anything this curly unless you really have experience doing that. That would make a difference. Okay, so I hope that helped. Again, happy holidays, and I will see you soon. Bye now.